Yes, Iceberg's the name.
Hey y'all, I'm Portia Teray, and this is Before the Fame, featured only on DJiceberg.com. Today I'm kicking it with Atlanta's very own, born and raised, Jack.
What's going on?
For those who don't know, he's a tastemaker here in the city, quote unquote tastemaker. What would you describe yourself as?
I'm just a dot connector. I like that better.
Dot connector, yes. Okay. So how did you start working with artists?
2015, I started throwing shows under this brand called Creators After Dark. Mm-hmm. And in 2017, we went into artist management.
Okay.
And it was like a natural talent I had because I just knew how to take them. I knew every problem an artist had. I knew how to solve it. And it wasn't hard for me at all. So
how do you feel like you figured those things out?
A lot of artist problems are very simple. They want exposure. It's okay, let's go do a show out of town.
Yep.
And then they'll say, okay, how do we do that? And I'm like, oh, well, I'll do it because I throw events.
Yep.
Or, how do I get my song played in the club?
Okay.
I'd be like, all right, I'm going to go to Peaches of Atlanta and give the DJ $25.
Okay.
And the song's spinning.
Right.
Yeah, and then, I'm kind of what I call an infiltrator.
Okay.
When I find something out, I dig all the way in there. Audio Mac, the platform, mm-hmm. I was on that super early.
Okay.
Before they got back up and running and revised the company. I was telling people probably last year to get on Audio Mac.
Right.
And now it's a huge platform again.
It's back again, y'all. Okay. So when did you start throwing events? Or now you said 2015, but what made you want to throw events? You're sitting there at home. It
was an accident. I had a clothing line and we was doing a pop-up shop at a show. And we lost the venue on Wells Street. And then we went to Dream Cafe up the street on Peter Street. Okay. And they was yo, y'all can do the show here. They was but it's an open mic thing. Mm-hmm. And I was oh, just let whoever was coming rap.
Right.
And 120 people came out. And we made money at the door.
That's crazy.
And it turned into a rap show. And I was oh, we should do this again.
That's what's up. Now look at you. 4 years later, almost 5 years later. That's crazy. Okay, so go more in detail about your company or platform, Creators After Dark.
Okay, so Creators After Dark is a multimedia company. We have 3 parts. We do artist management, event curation, digital marketing, and under another part of it called Dreamers Never Die Productions, we're a film company.
Yes.
And now we have a new platform on Dash Radio called 404.wave.
All right, y'all hiring?
Nah, we just working. We working.
Be a part of this. That's what's up. What are some of the, if you can name them, some of the dope clients and artists that you have on your roster?
MBDMG.
Okay.
They're this group from Gwinnett that's going crazy. Hey. I think they're going to blow next year.
That's what's up.
This guy named Clue, who's from the East Side. He's really dope.
Okay.
This girl who I just discovered, she's fire. She's going to break the door down. Her name's Muddy Maya.
Hey, Muddy Maya.
Probably the best thing coming out right now.
She a rapper or a singer?
She's a rapper.
Okay.
This girl named Alawumi from New Jersey. She's really fire. This rapper named Wago the 90, who's from Baltimore.
That's what's up.
He's one of my clients. And this really dope songwriter named Shad Bro, who's from the South Side. He's fire too. I have 9 clients.
That's what's up.
So.
And not all of them are here, so that's dope too. That you were able to expand, outside of Atlanta. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Okay, look at you. All right, so what are some of the pros that come along with being an entrepreneur from ATL? Do you think you have kind of an advantage? Because I feel like Atlanta's full of this is the land of entrepreneurs. You know what I mean? Do you feel an advantage being from this city and kind of seeing it growing up, just seeing people hustle?
I tell people the secret to Atlanta is when you're growing up here, in the city, there are situations where you're going to meet other people from the different parts of the city. If you went to an APS school, Atlanta Public Schools, you're going to meet everyone in APS by the time you're in high school.
Right.
Whether it's the football games, it's the parties, it's the teen clubs, it's whatever. I'm not even trying to be funny. I literally know everybody in Atlanta.
I believe it.
And if I don't know you, I know your family, I know your girl, I know your cousin, I know someone that you're close to.
That's crazy. Okay.
And I use that kind of with the same mindset out of state.
Yeah.
Because when I went out of state to start doing shows, I tried to find them people I could connect with. Like in Birmingham, I got a real cool crew of friends called the Kickback Podcast.
Okay.
So that's who we do this show called Kickback After Dark once a month in Birmingham with.
What's up? Okay. Hey, I'm gonna check that out. Is there any cons to being an entrepreneur in Atlanta?
Yes.
The names some of those.
I feel like there's a wall here that you'll eventually hit. And I think it's because of, not even trying to be funny, it's kind of like the facade that this is like a black Hollywood.
Yep.
And the reason I say it's a facade because there's no label offices here.
Right.
There's film studio. There's only one big film studio,
Yeah.
2 Screen Gems and Tyler Perry.
Yep.
So the comparison to Hollywood is like really crazy.
Right.
Like there's a lot of celebrities here, but like those people aren't 100% making money off their craft.
Yeah.
So it's like smoke and mirrors. So
Yeah.
with me, it's kind of like that's what made me branch out to go do out of town shows.
Okay. That's what's up. What do you think affected the growth of Atlanta's music scene in the last 10 years? 'Cause it's like, I feel like it's definitely blown up more than it already was.
I gotta shout out some guys that like are behind it that a lot of people don't know. This guy named Noah's Ark.
Okay.
He's like the secret weapon.
Okay.
In Atlanta. I think he was behind Mako, Key, 29. He was behind a lot of guys.
Okay.
Definitely Steve-O from QC. Shout out to my boy Steve-O.
Hey.
DJ Peter Parker,
Yeah.
Genesis, Black Boy. A lot of those guys like broke records early in Atlanta.
Yep.
So those guys, there's a lot of people that's like behind the scenes that you'll never hear about. That's like a very important part of like the evolution.
Yep.
But mostly I think it was that the underground pushed the limit, and it's like, and I always argue with people about this. I think the real stardom came from like Key, Mako, and all them guys.
Yep.
But the real break for like underground was Mako, and you guessed it, going on Billboard and like going top 10.
Yeah.
That was like the first record, like directly from the street, from our scene to like go to Billboard.
Yep. And go mainstream like that. Okay, that's what's up. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see up and coming artists making today?
They want to get paid for their shows like in their first year of rapping. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
And if it does happen, it's a blessing.
Right.
But I don't think you should go in your first year. I'm not gonna say like, I'm not even gonna give you a time span of when you should start charging. But know that you can bring out a certain amount of people. Like when you go talk to the promoter or the curator, make sure that you know up front, like you can say, I bring 50 people, bro. And if you charge 5, that's 250. So I want 150 because you're going to make 250 off me.
Right.
If you cannot bring that value, they're not going to pay you. Right. I see a lot of artists that being 8 months in, they're like, I don't want to do no more free shows. Right. Like I done took them out of town and they getting love out of town. They're like, I don't want to do it for free no more. Right. And I'm like, yo, like you not even scraping like the surface of this. Right. Like you need to be coming here all the time. Right. And I try, for all my artists, I try to make sure they can get to wherever they can go.
And I feel like even with that mindset, if you already have that mindset and that's how you're thinking and going about things, I feel like you're in it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? It's
the instant gratification of social media, man. Like a lot of guys just feel like they're owed something because they have like a certain follower account. A lot of people use follower account to show value. And to me, especially in the position I'm in, I could tell you right now, like a lot of those people that have like between 10 to 50K followers on Twitter and Instagram, they don't even have the fans. They can't even do hard ticket sales. Right. So even if someone does invest in you, they're never going to invest in you again because you can't do hard ticket sales.
Yeah. A lot of people don't think about that. 'Cause I've like interviewed artists or listened to artists that maybe got like 6,000, 3,000, 4,000 followers, but they still getting 50,000, 60,000 streams. You know what I mean? It's not always about the followers and how it looks on the outside. You know what I mean? It's about the music.
It's about hard ticket sales. I think people need to know that it's hard ticket sales. Streaming is cool. Them checks you get from them 100,000 streams is cool, but it's really the hard ticket sales. That's your real money as an artist now.
Okay, so any words of advice for these up and coming artists that you could give them? Don't give them all the gems because they gotta link up with Creators After Dark. But what's a couple of tips you can give them?
I'll give them a few. Know your worth.
Okay.
Don't ever take the first deal.
All right.
Focus on your demographic. So Instagram has it, Twitter has it, where you can set to look at your demographic that messes with you the most.
Yep.
Focus on your demographic.
Mhm.
Don't be scared to invest in merch and vinyl
Mhm.
and Bandcamp and these other platforms.
Okay.
And last, don't think this is supposed to be overnight.
Yeah. Okay. I like that, and yeah, the last one I like that because people are really impatient when it comes to um getting on or making it. Like, it don't happen within the first couple of years. It's just like, okay, I'm done. And I've talked to some people that are just now starting to get a huge following or blow up, quote unquote, and they've been doing this for like 10 years, and they're not thinking about quitting is not an option for them. You know what I mean? So I feel like if quitting is not an option for you, then this is really for you. If you could say like, like, I'm over it, you know, it's been too long, you just give up. If you don't know your worth, you know what I mean, you're probably in it for the wrong reasons. But that's just my opinion.
I feel that.
All right. Any special projects or events you got coming up
Yeah.
that you can talk about?
Yeah, we're going to DC on the 27th for our first Creators After Dark DC show.
Yeah.
We're going to NYC in October. We're going to New Orleans in December. We're going back to Birmingham in November. We're trying to establish like a mini tour that all upcoming artists like in those cities can like funnel through, and they all can go on their own tour like provided by us. Usually for independent artists to go on tour, it's like between 15 to 20,000. I'm trying to cut that price down to about $2 or $3 grand, so that it's enough for them to travel, go do the show, have people come out, and then they can like build their fan bases up from that. That's really what I'm trying to do right now. Is just build fan bases up.
Yeah.
I'm making another film.
Okay.
Can't release the title yet, but I'm making another film. And
That's what's up.
and 404 Wave, we're gonna do our first function for that soon. So keep a lookout for that.
Hey now, yes, you're going crazy. I see you. That's what's up. All right, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different for you since you were born and raised here. I want to know your top 5 dead or alive favorite artists, but from Atlanta.
I got you.
Okay.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Yes. No specific order.
Kilo Ali,
Okay.
Dro.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say Dro because Dro is literally the best lyricist to come out of Atlanta ever.
Okay. Okay.
Andre 3. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say Dungeon Family
Okay.
as one,
Okay.
because it's too many of them that will make the list.
All right. Okay.
Okay. This is hard. I got 2 more. Lil Baby,
Okay.
which is my cousin's manager him, so that's like that's like family. So
That's what's up.
Lil Baby, and it's a 3-way tie for my last one. It's Rocco, Future, or Trouble. Cause Rocco is like my childhood, like
Right.
No Tomorrow and This Morning. That was like my soundtrack to middle school.
Right.
But Future got me through so many bad days.
Right.
And Trouble, I've been a Trouble fan since like he got out of prison.
Right. Those are all good ones too. Oh no, we want the rain check that one. Let that one sit.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, we're gonna play this or that. So I'm gonna name 2 things, and then you're gonna tell me which one you prefer.
Okay.
All right. Hennessy or Patron?
Do say.
I literally was about to say that too. Like, maybe I should switch it up and say do say. Okay. So, you know, classy, a little upscale. I see you. All right. Hulu or Netflix?
Hulu.
Hulu. Why Hulu?
Anime.
Anime.
They got way better anime.
Okay. I was gonna say, doesn't Netflix have a whole category?
They have a better selection.
Okay.
Overall selection.
So are you a gamer then? You like anime? You play games?
Nah,
Not really. Okay. Well, for phone wise, iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Hey now.
I can't even think about going back to Android.
Right. I've had an iPhone since, and I've never looked back.
Right.
Like I couldn't imagine. And I have an Apple computer, so it's like everything's synced up, everything's perfect. It just good. Day or night?
Day.
Day. Were you born in the daytime? You know?
No, I was born at 3 a.m.
Okay.
But I'm a day person.
That's because you try to stay busy, I'm sure. So you just like.
Yeah, my day starts at 7 a.m. So.
Hey now, that's what's up. What time does it end?
It doesn't end, actually.
Right.
It never ends.
7 a.m. the next day. All right. Football or basketball?
Regular or college?
Let's do college.
I don't know. Both. I can't decide.
Okay, who's your favorite college football team?
Man, so I be with the dogs. But I love LSU too.
Okay.
And I know that's crazy, but I grew up like LSU fan, but then
Right.
the dogs, like, that's that hometown pride.
Right. Favorite college basketball team?
Duke.
Okay.
Unstoppable.
All right. Mall shopping or online shopping?
Online. I haven't been to the mall since I was like 10 years old.
Right. I mean, and it's crazy because y'all just saw that Forever 21's considering filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I love that story. And it's crazy. It's like ain't gonna be no mall soon.
I mean, you don't need one.
Really?
If you think about it, like, Amazon gonna have their own mall. It's just
Right.
not gonna be called a mall.
Right. True. See, I'm the type of person that needs to like try stuff on because I'm tall, so like a lot of stuff doesn't fit me.
They gonna do
That's all
that.
I need to fit.
It's probably gonna just be an Amazon. I think they have an Amazon store somewhere that's like that,
Right.
where it's everything that's in their inventory.
I can see that, like an Amazon department store, and they literally just got everything. They got clothes, they got electronics section. Dang, that's what's up.
Just like they're gonna get Walmart. They're gonna get Walmart up out of here.
Yes, that's crazy. Okay, Amazon. Sure, I'm ready. I love Amazon. All right. Last but not least, road trip or flying?
Okay, so I want to say road trip, but we drove to Miami for Art Basel in 2017, and that was the worst trip I've ever had in my life.
Why was that?
It was just long, and I just felt like it took us so long to get out of Georgia.
Right. Wait, how many hours is that?
10
10?
to drive from Atlanta to Miami.
Okay.
And we drove to South by 2014. I'm never doing that again. But I'm also like really bad at flying. Like, I get motion sickness, so I'm probably gonna take the bus going forward. The bus might be my best option.
That's funny. All right, so shout out your social media so we can follow you, stay connected with all the events and cool stuff, podcasts, all that great stuff you got coming up. What's your social media handles?
Okay, you can follow me at Big Joc ATL, and then you can follow the company Twitter at CAD Rex. On Instagram it's at Crez After Dark. We everywhere.
You have a Facebook page?
No, I don't got no Facebook page.
Okay.
I need to get on it though, because Facebook marketing is A1. So
It is.
yeah, I'm gonna get on it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Anytime.
It was nice meeting you, and you definitely put me onto some things. So I hope y'all found out some things, especially y'all artists out there. I hope y'all picked up some gems. And, link up with Creators After Dark, too, if you need artist management. Hey, now.
For sure. We got some opens. Y'all can come over here and get on the label.
Yeah, before they blow up and you can't get in no more.
Right.
All right, y'all. This is Before the Fame. I'm Portia Teray, and you can check out this interview only on DJiceberg.com.